Hello and welcome to the 7th mini workshop. And today's topic is Christmas, which was highly suggested and a popular request. So today is all about Christmas. Let's go ahead and get started. So Christmas is on December 25th, and it is a religious holiday as well as a cultural holiday, a commercial phenomenon and celebrated for over 2,000 years. Let's look at how Christmas was started. So the origins of Christmas, it was actually centuries before Jesus, and Europeans celebrated winter solstice as they look forward to longer days and more sunlight. So in Scandinavia, which is Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark, they celebrated Yule, which was December 21st through January. And at that time, sons and fathers would bring home large logs to burn. And people would feast, meaning they would eat lots of food, until the log burned out, which maybe lasted up to 12 days. Each spark represented a pig or cow to be born in the new year. So the end of December was a perfect time for celebration in most areas of Europe. And most cattle were slaughtered, so it was the only time of year when they had a supply of fresh meat. And most wine and beer made during the year was finally fermented and ready for drinking. In Germany, people honored the pagan god Odin during the midwinter holiday. And Germans were terrified of Odin and believed he flew through the sky at night to observe his people and then decide who would live. So many people chose to stay inside. And then in Rome, there was Saturnalia, which was a holiday in honor of Saturn, the god of agriculture. And that was celebrated at winter solstice for a month. So during this festival, Saturnalia was a time of lots of food and drink, and the normal Roman social order was turned upside down. So for a month, slaves would become masters, peasants were in command of the city, and businesses and schools were closed so that everyone could join in the fun. Now, it is very popular to hear that Christmas is celebrated as the day that Jesus was born. However, if you look further into the facts, and if that is accurate, we find that in the 4th century, the Christian church officials decided to make the birth of Jesus a holiday. So the Bible does not mention a date for his birth, but it may have been even in the spring. So Pope Julius I chose December 25th as a holiday for the birth of Jesus. And it is believed that the church chose this date to adopt the traditions of the pagan festivals. So these other festivals that I mentioned before, so for example, in Germany, how they were terrified of Odin, and the festival of Saturnalia. So these were pagan holidays that the church wanted to kind of take over, so that they were no longer celebrated, but that the church had more strength within the region, and that people would practice their rituals instead. So let's look at Christmas in the Middle Ages. So by the Middle Ages, which is the 5th to the 15th centuries, Christianity replaced pagan religion. On Christmas, believers attended church, then celebrated in a carnival-like atmosphere. So if you know the festival Mardi Gras, it was an environment similar to Mardi Gras. The poor would go to the houses of the rich and demand their best food and drink. And Christmas became the time of year when the rich would give to the less fortunate citizens. So the rich would give to the poor. So modern Christmas. Now in the 19th century, Christmas became a family-centered holiday of peace and nostalgia. It provided families with a day when they can give lots of attention and gifts to their children. And they didn't have to worry about being called, that they were being told that they were spoiling their children. So in the next 100 years, more Christmas traditions began, including decorating trees, sending holiday cards, and gift giving. So, sights of Christmas. These are some popular and very common sights that you have seen of Christmas. Let's see your knowledge and what you know of Christmas. So, where did decorated Christmas trees originate? Was it Canada, Germany, or England? And they are from Germany, actually. When was the popular A Charlie Brown Christmas first aired on TV? This is a very popular animated Christmas special. Was it 1965, 1975, or 1985? Answer is, it was in 1965, so a very long time ago. And I actually remember watching this when I was a kid, much later than 1965. What do people do with an Advent calendar? Use it until New Year's? They mark Christmas or count down to Christmas? So with an Advent calendar, people count down to Christmas. And typically each day, starting December 1st, you might remove a piece of paper from the calendar, and maybe there is a treat hidden behind the paper, like a little candy, for example. And where did gingerbread houses begin? Was it Germany, United States, or France? Answer, it was Germany again, just like the Christmas tree. And what are these called? Are these called Christmas top, ugly Christmas sweater, or cool Christmas jumper? Answer is ugly Christmas sweater. So this is sort of a new thing within the past 20 years where people kind of do this as a fun party. They have an ugly Christmas sweater party. What sweet treats are left overnight for Santa? Chocolates, tea and candy canes, or milk and cookies? Answer is milk and cookies. You set out on the night before Christmas, and then you leave it for Santa Claus, and in the morning you see that the cookies are gone and that Santa has left you presents. Where do you usually find a Christmas wreath? On front doors, on the Christmas tree, or on cars? So answer is on front doors. So it's very common for people to put a wreath on their front door of their house, and some businesses do that as well. But I have occasionally seen them on cars too, for the very festive people who want to do that. When was the first Christmas card made? Was it 1743, 1843, or 1943? It was in 1843, actually. And when were Christmas lights created? 1882, 1922, or 1942? Answer, 1882, so a lot earlier than I would have guessed. And where in the US can you often see Santa Claus? in schools, at a mall, or in homes? So actually, at a mall. Around Christmas time, there's always a Santa at a mall, and children wait in line to sit on Santa's lap, tell him what they want for Christmas, and they then get a picture with Santa Claus. So, speaking of Santa Claus, what is the origin of Santa Claus? Let's take a look at that. So, he's actually named from a real man, and his name was Saint Nicholas. He was a Christian and known to be very generous to children. He lived in the 4th century in Myra, Turkey, and a patron of children and gift bringer. He was also the protector of many people, such as orphans and prisoners. So he was a very well-liked man, very kind, very generous, and the Dutch later brought the idea of Sinterklaas based on St. Nicholas to America in the 17th century. So the idea of St. Nicholas spread throughout Europe and then eventually also came to America. Let's go ahead and look at some fun Christmas riddles and see if you can guess the answer. Garland, lights, and balls, they can all be seen once they are hung up on this evergreen. It is a Christmas tree. When going around the world, this animal can find the way. It goes to every country while helping pull Santa's sleigh. And what is that animal on Santa's sleigh? A reindeer. What will it be stuffed with? There's nobody who knows, but it looks like something you'd slide over your toes. Any ideas? It's a Christmas stocking. So usually these are hung up like you can see above a fireplace or maybe somewhere else in the home. And little tiny gifts are put into the Christmas stockings, like maybe some candies and just small gifts. I'm made of 2 colors and I look just like a hook. You'll give me a lick, but I'm not something you cook. What is it? Candy canes. It is thanks to beings like me your Christmas toys don't come from stores, because I am a little helper who makes your gifts from Santa Claus. Do you know who helps Santa Claus make the gifts? They are elves. Hoping a stranger will break into your house would normally be quite weird, except at Christmas when you want a visit from this old man with a beard. And of course, this old man with a beard is Santa Claus. You sometimes see them on a house and often on a festive tree. They are often multicolored and run on electricity. And this is Christmas lights. Last one. Dropping from the sky, more beautiful than rain. There are no 2 pieces that'll ever look the same. And it is snow, of course. All right, so next we are going to listen to some Christmas songs. We have an Eagle Song Christmas concert that we will listen to, and it is 2 of our English teachers from the EEC, Casey and Brent. They will sing us some Christmas songs. Let's go ahead and listen to that.
Hello, everyone. My name is Casey.
My name is Brent.
And we are Eagle Song.
Eagle Song. All right.
We're very disappointed that we can't have our usual Christmas concert this year, but Brent and I still want to sing some of our favorite Christmas songs for you, even though we have no audience. So please enjoy. The first song we're going to sing, it's a classic, wouldn't you say, Brent?
Absolutely.
All right, this is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You know Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. All right, thank you. Thank you, Brent.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we hope you enjoyed that song. And next, we're going to sing a song called Winter Wonderland. Are you ready? Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow's glistening. Beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. And in the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, "Are you married?" We'll say, "No, man, but you can do the job when you're in town." And later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. To face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we're going to play one of Brent's favorite Christmas songs called Jingle Bell Rock. Hit it, Brent. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. A mix and a mingle and a jingling beat, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. A mix and a mingle and a jingling beat, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. All right, thank you. Good job, Brent.
Thank you. Good job, Casey.
Thanks.
You're doing awesome.
We are. Okay, Brent, are you ready for our next song?
Yep.
This is a nice song for the winter season. It's called Let It Snow. All the weather outside is frightful. Fire is so delightful. And since there's no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping. I brought some corn for popping, and the lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. All the fire is slowly dying. My dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. All the fire is slowly dying. My dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Thank you. All right, great Christmas song there.
This one's called Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. And it's about Christmas time. It's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. It's kind of grotesque, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny, though.
It's funny?
Yeah. I liked this song when I was a child.
I did too. I loved it when I was a child.
Yeah.
Now I think it's a little... But good, it's good.
Top.
Yeah, a little over the top, but funny, good.
Well, this is our last song, we should also mention. So
Our last song, yep.
we're going out on an interesting note. All right, so Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Got run over by a reindeer.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. She'd been drinking too much eggnog, and we begged her not to go. But she forgot her medication, and she staggered out the door into the snow. When we found her Christmas morning at the scene of the attack, she had hoof prints on her forehead and incriminating claws marks on her back. Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Now we're all so proud of Grandpa. He's been taking this so well. See him in there watching football, drinking beer and playing cards with Cousin Mel. It's not Christmas without Grandma. All the family's dressed in black, and we just can't help but wonder, should we open up her gifts or send them back? Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Now the goose is on the table, and the pudding made of fig, and the blue and silver candles would have just have matched the hair on Grandma's wig. I've warned all my friends and neighbors, better watch out for yourselves. They should never give a license to a man who drives a sleigh and plays with elves. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. But as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Oh, yeah. All right. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Thank you very much.
Have a safe and happy New Year's, and we hope to be playing live concerts again very soon. So, Merry Christmas.
Thank you for watching my Christmas mini workshop, and I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and have a happy and healthy New Year. So as always, for the very last thing, remember to use the QR code. Everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good New Year. Goodbye.